DX Shurikenjin. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2 R's, 2 B's, usually, from gundam.tk, but today it's time to take a look at another Bandai toy line. It is a new Super Sentai season about to kick off. The Shuriken Sentai Ninninjers are here, and it's time to take a look at their main robot, Shurikenjin. February 14th is the street date, and the price is around 9,000 yen. But you can get it for less from the good folks at Hobby Link Japan, links below. Like many, I started here, but I thoroughly enjoyed last year's Train Tokyuger line, silently from start to finish, which got me really excited to give this one a shot. Is anybody shocked as 5 becomes 1 here in its person robot mode, but he's also going to have a second dragon mode? Here's the Otomo Nins, including the all-important red one for me, and then you can guess, after the gut tie. With some help from the Shuriken blade gimmick, you can see it's going to come with red, which gives you a sound, and a blue option for the Drago. And as we dive into the box here, in addition to the manual and a paper that says don't pinch your fingers, well, I got this extra yellow, white, and pink blade that you can go and put on, and then all the body parts nicely individually bagged. And here everything is. Like with leads, the Red Ranger is the most important for me. So what's he going to do? Well, he goes into a seating position as he gets ready to lock into the cockpit. You can see the attachment points over there. Decent paint tabs all over the place, but that looks a little bit strange because what's it for? Well, when you go into Dragon mode, this is going to switch off with the blue arm and turn into a hand, which you can see down there. No proper thumb. And then you get to take the head and rotate that to the back. And you put the arms up here to say, hey, I'm not just a body turned into an arm. At the same time, this soft plastic, a little bit worrying, not something I'm used to there, but it will be good for helping him grab onto the controls. You can see the attachment point, and overall, he actually looks pretty good with some paint apps all over the place and some nice carvings. The only thing is it's just a matter of size and perspective with this guy. Though he stacks up well compared to the Red Resha. Here he is next to the admittedly standalone Go Buster Ace. But amongst some of his peers here, it's like playing Where's Waldo? Or Where's Ninja? And if you like ninja running that you've seen in the promos in the opening, nope. Here's Dragomaru, also as an arm with a very similar hand there. And if you want to turn him into his dragon mode, well, it's hand down, hide that a little bit, bend this over, and then the tail is going to attach here. You can see a similar attachment mechanism, which is going to come into play when you attach him into the cockpit. Take the wings, and then you can go and plug these in, and you'll notice that there's 2 attachment points, which is going to lock them into place nicely this way. Or even better, in the up position, which is hiding some of the black gimmicks. Again, the same idea, he's looking pretty good for paint apps. The only thing is, there seems to be some strange gaps in these guys, but the fact that there's at least a couple parts holding it all together, and some good etchings, looking good. I wonder how many kids are going to be missing Dragomaru's parts in the future. Here's the right arm, which is going to be coming from Dump Maru. You can see the attachment point there. Great apps in the front. Again, that etching, some nice brickwork, whatever you want to call it. And for the transformation hand, it goes like this and flip this around. Then a wheel's going to pop out and go get another wheel out there. And it's time to go dump truck. Not a lot of paint apps on the back, but you can see an attachment point down there, a couple on either side for the arms. This is where you're going to attach the leg, and you can see the release there if you want to get the train off. This is the cockpit, so you can swing these down and get either Drago or Shinobi Maru inside. There's the handles that are going to pivot back and forth, attachment points, and then to complete the truck, pop this part open here, attach those. You can see 3 points, 2 of them are going to attach. Not a bad looking grill there, and it's nice to see the shuriken pattern again and again all around. Rolls pretty good. And the Yellow Ninja is a male for the first time in a while, which is somewhat fitting. Wanmaru looks okay from the back, golden tail there, silver up top, and the head looking pretty sharp. You can also see him go Wan. And for the legs, if you expected Shinobi Maru to be able to run on his own, well, the dog Call him Ravage. No, he cannot do it either, but then again, he is still looking pretty cute. Maybe in a SoftBank commercial. And it can go from full jump here. You can take the head and you'll see that it's got a couple click points. Sounds a little strange, but it's not going to be fitting totally perpendicular there. But, yes, it's time to take this and plug it into the bullet train leg. Goes in there, a nice little click sound. Easy to dislodge, no buttons needed. Bulk-wise, she needs some help from that train leg. With the legs having a slide mechanism over there, a couple of attachment points on the back. Bend them up this way, and then you just have to drop this down. But to do that, you got a little button over here on the side. For the other one here, for the white, you're going to have to go grab this. And that is a pretty chunky, long-looking fast train. As it is a good deal larger in every direction compared to Red Resha and all the other Tokyugers, as this might make clearer. Nice gold motif to go along with the pink and the green there for the cockpit. And if you do want to detach it Tokyuger style, it's not quite going to be as convenient as these DX engines over here. But as it's going to have this red part sticking out, but you can do that for both the white and the pink part, and so you can go and set it up and having twin bullet trains there. One just happens to be a dog. And it's always good to see that when you go back to leg mode here, look at this, it's going to have some give to it, and even better, somewhat articulated knees. So this guy can run, even though Shinobi Maru can't. And you've got to think long-term and G12 equivalent, but this got me excited as it's the same as Tokyo O. Maybe you can go and attach these on. Nope, they're the wrong length. So what if you just try one of them? Nope, they're the wrong direction. And what if you go this way? Nope, Bandai does not want their 2 years in a row to cooperate. And whereas last year it was trains, and more trains, this year there's no overlying theme. That being said, they don't look bad as a team, if you can get past the different scales, and the fact that red might be a little bit small for some. And then thanks to Spider-Man, you know at some point they're going to have to yell change Leopardon, or the equivalent. Although we should be flying in. So it's legs back together, and down, truck apart, slide it in, get the cockpit ready, right arm, and if you thought for a moment the Tokyugers might work, nope, it's the opposite. Dragon apart, sword in hand, but it doesn't rotate or do anything fancy. Shield together, plug it in to the dragon's feet. Then it's piloting time here. Satisfying click, although you can see it would probably get a little bit annoying to always position these levers in his hand. But what about the shuriken? Well, you're going to be getting these blades here, and you go and line those up. And then when you do that, you just get to rotate them, and it'll lock nicely into place. You do have to hit a button here if you want to release it, and you can swap off once you plug it in and go for the twist. This is out of the way. There you go. And you get the idea. Gotta set up the low camera for this always. Nice. So here is the completed Shurikenjin. Colors all over the place, but what do you expect with Super Sentai? You can see that big chunk of the dump truck back there and lots of black in the back. And obviously backpacks, wingspan, something is going to get added on there. The shield, not looking too bad, but it's not all that functional as it's going to be protruding and only in that angle. The arms are up here so you can bend them at 45s, and that whole middle section is really going to be pretty gaudy in terms of the number of colors in a small area. But I think there's enough red there on the biceps and the shoulders, along with the shuriken on the top, and of course inside the cockpit with the pilot to keep it all tied together. Overall, not looking too bad, I'd say. Is he better than a straight vertical rainbow? Height-wise, he's about the same, although a fair bit bulkier. But where do you think he ranks in the pantheon of all the super robots over the years? And for Shuriken Drago mode, basically swap these two guys and bend the legs a bit. Tail on the back, and wings hop onto the shoulders here. Red's out. Blue's in. Pinch Drago's ears here, and you'll notice that the top of his head is going to be accepting this like a hat. Nice. Though the wings on the back may pop off once or twice during the transformation, the tail definitely going to be adding some dragon feel. And all that extra blue facing forward thanks to the legs and the shuriken and his hands up there. And the mouth, he's going to be looking like not a bad hodgepodge dragon. Although chances are for me, he's going to be kept in Jin mode a lot more. And no change so far, if you do swap in some of the other colors. So overall, though my initial impression of his looks wasn't really all that great, the actual transformation, that's the whole point. Once you get the toys in hand, it's a lot of fun. I'm pretty happy with all 5 Zords. I like the pink bullet train, the wolf is fun, or the dog, and then you've got the dump truck, dragon, and then Shinobi Maru is pretty cool, despite the fact that he really could have a lot more articulation as the main focus of the body most of the time. The shuriken gimmick, it's some neat sounds that are going to be coming out of there. It's fun that you get to swap them on and off, and the fact that they included a beast mode without selling it later in a different color scheme is a bit of a plus, and again, cool that we don't have to wait for a 6th before stuff like that starts to happen. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on the posability, the looks, and of course just the playability and how he stacks up for you. And thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Stick around. See you again. Grimlock and Wheelie? Boy, does Bandai know how to peddle plastic, Gundam fans. Stick around in March for a happy dance with the MGDX. Ha! No plates.